Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What a time to be a Chicago Bears fan. What a time to be a fan of the Chicago Bears. Yesterday was one of the greatest days in my life as a Chicago Bears fan. Seeing is that I wasn't alive when the Bears won the Super Bowl. I was alive when we got to the Super Bowl and lost to Peyton Manning after Devin Hester ran the opening kickoff back for the touchdown when I thought we were going to win. And when we lost, it crushed my heart. So yesterday was immaculate for me, right? Number one, the Green Bay Packers were eliminated from playoff contention from getting to the playoffs. It made me smile from ear to ear like the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, right? But also, the Bears secured the number one pick in the NFL draft. Number one, only I think the second time we've ever had the number one pick. Definitely the first time in recent memory for real when it really was like NFL was really has been the standard for pro sports for real. Since the NFL has been the most popular, or football has been the most popular sport in America, right? College football, I think, is the most popular sport, but still football in particular, right? So this is the first time in recent memory, the modern era, where we've had the number one pick. So Ryan Poles, you are on the clock. We are in pole position right now. And everybody wondering, what should the Chicago Bears do? First of all, before I get into what the Chicago Bears should do with the number one pick, I want to give a special shout out and thanks to longtime Chicago Bear, Lovie Smith. You see, Lovie Smith was the head coach for the Houston Texans. They were in position to get the number one pick had they lost the game yesterday, and Lovie Smith ensured that them brothers won the game. To the dismay of the ownership in Houston, I know they were baffled, pissed off, appalled, pissed to the highest degree of pissivity, but we don't give a damn over here. Lovie Smith still looking out for his organization and still being a Chicago Bear all the way in Houston, Texas, which we love. I love that. You know what I'm saying? That is admirable for me. I love that all the way through and through. And like, when I'm looking at this, I'm looking like, yeah. Lovie, and see, this is what I know. Really, I feel like Lovie ain't tripping because he knew his hire as the Houston Texans head coach was not authentic. It was not, what's the word I'm looking for? It was not really legitimate in the first place. It really wasn't. It was really a reaction to the Brian Flores situation. When Brian Flores said, he's being discriminated against, so on and so forth, and people were looking at the Rooney Rule and looking like, hey, people are just interviewing black coaches for affirmative action. They're not really considering these black coaches, even though they may be good coaches. The Houston Texans tried to act like they were, above the curve, ahead of the curve. They tried to act like they were progressive. So they jumped at hiring Lovie Smith to say, look at us. Hey, we hired a black coach. Look at our organization. We are the standard. They wanted to look good. So they went out and hired Lovie. But they really didn't want Lovie there. They really didn't. If that situation where Brian Flores didn't happen, I highly doubt that Lovie Smith would have even been there in the first place. And Lovie recognized that. So he's like, look, what the hell? They put him in a bad position anyway. He was in no position to win games for real with that roster over there. That team wasn't going nowhere in the first place. So to fire him after one season is egregious in the first place. He knew he was out the door, so he's like, look, man, I'm going to look out for my Chicago. I'm going to look out for my Chicago brethren. I'm going to look out for my Chicago folks, and I'm going to help them get this number one pick. And hopefully Lovie can be brought on as a coordinator or some type of position coach or something, right? Get Lovie some bread, get him some money, keep him in the NFL for that, because that's a good brother for real. And I definitely miss the Lovie Smith Chicago Bears days. But a new day is upon us, Chicago Bears fans, so be optimistic. We got the number one pick. Some people looking like, should we draft Bryce Young? Young quarterback Bryce Young, should he be that guy for our organization? Or should we stay with Justin Fields? For everybody talking about draft Bryce Young, you drunk, you're high, I don't know what you taking, I don't know if you're on bath sauce, I don't know. But hell no. We're going to stay with our guy, Justin Fields. Number one, why would we take someone who's already, our guy is better than that person right now? Justin Fields is better than Bryce Young currently, right? Justin Fields can do more with that Chicago Bears roster that we have now than Bryce Young ever could. Not to say Bryce Young is talented without question. He's generational type talent. He's dope. He's great. But Bryce Young is not doing what Justin Fields did behind that offensive line that we got within our Chicago Bears organization. Bryce Young will get slaughtered. he would get killed, mauled, and mangled. The brother is 3 inches shorter than Justin Fields and 30 pounds lighter. What? Too damn small. The boy would get swallowed whole behind that offensive line. And you think we need to go out and go seek him out and make him our guy? No, that's not what we need to be doing. And again, there's no disrespect to Bryce Young. I think he's really talented and all of that, but he's just too small. Skip Bayless out here saying we need to go get Bryce Young. That would be the right move for us to make. Now, he questioned Tua Tagovailoa's size. Bryce even smaller than Tua. So what is he talking about? Like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't see Bryce putting us in position. I don't see Bryce putting us in position to win these games. I don't see Bryce putting us in position to get to this type of level where we at now. Like, I don't see Bryce or even like, listen to the thing too. Justin Fields was exciting, right? He was the Chicago Bears. He was the whole offense for us. He carried us on his back. Single-handedly carried us. Put us in position to do he was the reason why we were so exciting. He was the reason why we were we were looking formidable offensively because of Justin Fields. Bryce Young can't do it. I think he needs what Justin Fields did without offensive weapons, without receivers, right? Without an offensive line. To do what he did was phenomenal, special. So can you imagine what he would do with receivers and an offensive line? Chef's kiss, boy. I think he would be even get him a number 1 receiver legitimately. Look at what Tua was doing when he got what's my boy named Cheetah. When he got him out there, look what he was doing. For real, it's a complete. People were saying Tua was a game manager. Was a game manager before he got out there. Before they got Cheetah out there with in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like, before they got Tyreek Hill out there in Miami, they was calling Tua a game manager, just a guy who could barely, he wouldn't win you the game, but he could do enough just to not lose the game. Tua started putting up crazy numbers at one point, like just going crazy before the concussions and all of that. So, yeah, get Justin Fields number 1 receiver type guy, get him a number 1 receiver, and we in motion. But I don't know, man. The Bears don't need to draft Bryce Young. Trade the pick. Trade the number 1 pick to bring. They're gonna either trade him to get trade that number 1 pick to get a haul, to bring in a haul, right? Or the Bears need to trade down in the first round and stay within the top 10 and acquire picks or some superstar type talent, right? You can either get Will Anderson, the linebacker from Alabama, or you could get Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle from Georgia, right? So you could trade it down within the first round and get some generational talent elsewhere at other positions, but not at QB. QB needs to stay Justin Fields. That's it. That's all in the discussion. That's what it needs to be. All right? That's it. So I'm elated as a Chicago Bears fan. It made me happy. It made me smile from ear to ear. I'm ecstatic about it. But I think we got the guy. We got our guy in Justin Fields. That's all we need. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.